Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well and you enjoyed watching the videos so far. The last video that you watched was creating a growing vault or an intersecting vault using cross sections that are placed perpendicular to one another. And I want to give another example of that sort of modeling. Let me bring in a picture into the screen, and this is a picture from the book Architectural Geometry. So you might have seen this in your geometry courses where three views of a 3D model is presented in different planes. So you see the top view, the side view, one from the front, and then one from the one of the sides. So actually that is the way that the four working spaces in Rhino are organized. We have the top view, perspective, right, and front. So the approach that we used for modeling a growing vault was to use the two side drawings and then extrude them and intersect them and then remove what is not needed and keep what is needed. This is another example of same approach, and I'm going to model this. The difference of this example with the previous one is that in the previous one you were intersecting the extruded curves and then splitting it or trimming it, get rid of what you didn't want. With this exercise though, you are going to Boolean difference them. So the intersection would look a little bit different from the previous example. So similar to the previous example, I will start with modeling the two side cross sections. Let me move this here. And what it looks is that I have a geometry. I'm going to approximate this square. And here I'm going to join the lines that I have drawn so far. Then I want to draw some sort of curve here. You can also try different types of curve, a parabola, a hyperbola, or a catenary arc. Let's give it a try. So I can draw it through points. Start of catenary would be here, then end of catenary would be here, and you see an arrow pointing down, catenary axis direction. I want it to be facing downwards, so negative z direction is my direction, and this is, I can do this. So this is a cross section similar to what I have here. I will join this catenary arc with the surrounding frame. Now I will go, okay, so something that I did here was that I modeled it in the top view instead of the front view. So I can rotate 3D this object, and rotate 3D, you would need to select the object, and once you're done, start of the rotation axis would be along the red z-axis. So I want to rotate it around x. So this is my axis of rotation. And then the angle of first reference point, let me select this one, and then I have to select the second angle. So I hold shift and it will put it straight or snap it on 90 degrees. So if I go back to my front view, then I have the cross section in my front view. I will again draw a plan to help me put the cross section on my right view. So similar to what I did, I will copy my cross section on another edge, and I will be rotate 3Ding this object, this time I want to rotate it around my z-axis. So the start of rotation axis, this point, that's the end of the rotation axis, here, and I put it here. Okay, so if you look at the image, the right view is mirrored compared to the front view. So what I can do is I type in mirror, and for that I can go to my right view, select the midpoint, and hold shift here. It says, do you want me to copy this? By default it's set to yes. I say no, and now it is flipped. So I have my two drawings here ready. The next thing to do, let me save this so that I don't lose it. And the next thing to do is I go to a different layer, and I will be extruding these cross sections. Right now I might have used the extrusion in two directions or extruding in both sides. I can click on it, and then by default it extrudes it only in one direction. I extrude my curve once in this direction, and then repeat the same for this other drawing. To see what I have so far, I will be, let's see, set it to ghosted, and I seem to have a solid cube. Now let's think about how to Boolean difference these two solids to get a geometry similar to what I have in the picture. If I want to continue working on this with Boolean difference, both of these objects in same layer, same color might be a little bit confusing. So what I would do is put one of them in a different layer, and right now I use layer 2, maybe change the color to something that has a better contrast. So I have these two intersecting objects. Here you have on your left, Boolean union, but you see this small triangle on the corner. If you click on it, the whole menu will expand, and you see all of the different options that are available to you for projecting, for extracting edge curves, etc. The first one is Boolean union. It makes one homogeneous object. The second one is Boolean difference. You subtract something from another solid. The third one is Boolean intersection. It only keeps the intersection and deletes the rest of the 3D object. And the fourth one is Boolean split. So it realizes what are the intersecting curves or edges and splits the objects based on that. So I click on that, and it asks me to select surfaces or polysurfaces to split. I want to split both of these, so both the yellow one and the red one. I select both of them, and then hit yes. By default it says delete input. Let's keep it to see what it does. And the next thing, it says what are the cutting objects or cutting surfaces or polysurfaces. So let me select one of them only to see what it does. And I see some curves being generated, but to be able to see more clearly, I would need to either delete them or move them around. So this is the first object that I'm moving, and this is the second object. And it seems that what is remaining here is exactly what I was looking for, which is this geometry here. Let me move this a little bit further out so that it doesn't block my perspective. And you can also change the ratio of these different planes. So yeah, it seemed that this fourth one, the Boolean split, would create the final model that you're looking for by hitting one command, and it does the job for you. Thank you for watching this.